2002 BMW Z3 convertible with the 2.5-liter inline-six, has 184 horsepower.
This feels kind of like the entry-level 3 Series, the old 318 that they made. Took some of the elements of the 3 Series, made it into a tiny 2-seater convertible.
Even though the fit and finish feels really good, it feels like down the road, it might not feel quite as solid.
I actually like the styling of this car better than the Z4.
The smoother lines on this car, I think, have aged better than the Z4 will.
Except I think the snout's a little long.
Sure has a long nose on it. It's something to get used to.
A little bit of a demeanor of like a camel meets a catfish. As good as that can possibly look, that's how good this car looks. You're probably thinking that I'm saying it's ugly. I'm not. I actually like this car. I just think the nose just rolls out a little far. The engine and transmission are definitely not an enthusiast car below about 3,000 RPM.
Right about 4,500 with an upshift. That's where the power is.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't like the engine noise at all, and it's not until probably 4,500, maybe 5 grand, that it starts to sound like it's an engine and not a mistake.
Feels very throaty. Like it wants to produce more power than it does. I've always felt kind of, well, sissy driving around in a little convertible with the top down, being as big of a guy as I am. But who cares? I'm having a great time. Wow, this car just hangs on and doesn't want to let go.
Steering's a bit wallowy in the corners. You throw it in, initially it's got really crisp turn-in, but the body roll is a little bit unpredictable.
I would have thought it would be nose heavy and push through the turns, but it doesn't.
If you really push it, the traction control starts to fight you pretty early on.
The handling is razor sharp. It wants to hang on through the turns.
You get it into a corner, give it gas on the back end, let it find the rails. With the traction control off, well, now Mother isn't trying to stop you, and it actually feels a little bit like a sports car.
Boy, I feel like I'm wearing this car.
Personally, this has got the handling of a larger car, the chassis feel of a larger car, but the interior of a smaller, crisper car. I'd rather have what it's not.
It creates this great symphony of harmony of materials and parts.
It actually feels more refined than I think it really is. As an everyday driver car, this is a bit of a tough call. There's not any room in here. If this were your only car and you've got kids, you've got a serious, serious problem. You probably aren't going to get rid of the kids, so you're probably going to get rid of this car.
Anybody who owns this car would have a wonderful time.
But did I say yet that I hate the traction control?
Would I want to own one of these cars? Yeah, I think I would. I think I'd really enjoy owning this car.
The upside, now that the Z4 is out, you can get these cars for fairly cheap.
Even though the Z4 has more power, improved handling, engine, this car is a bargain for what you're getting.
Yes, this car is a BMW, but no, it doesn't feel like a high-end one.
I just want to keep driving and driving and driving. I don't want to stop.